This is my dream horse, and this is a very, very nervous amateur moments before trying to compete said dream horse. I would say on average, most people probably spend like 3 to 6 months getting ready for their first competition on a new horse. I have 1 month. Yep, I will be condensing what would normally be 6 months of prep into just 1 month. I will be spending the next few weeks training with this horse right here and remembering how to actually jump. At the end of the month, we will put ourselves to the test and see if we can complete a round of show jumping at an actual competition. Once upon a time, I was an eventer. I actually used to go out and compete quite a bit and I loved it. However, I have had incredibly bad luck with my horses, 0 out of 10 luck, in fact, for the last couple of years. Between surprise falls, paddock injuries, surgeries, I have not had anyone experienced enough or sound enough to go out and compete. So I've been on a forced 5-year hiatus. I would like you all to meet the horse that is hopefully going to change all of that. His name is Spider and he is literally my dream horse. Whether I'm going to be actually able to ride him is a whole other thing. So if my own horse Peach is a VW Golf, then Spider is a Ferrari. Like Peach is a relaxing Sunday drive. Spider is like very intense. There's a ton of buttons and I only know what like 60% of them do. But I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'll be fine. I think that this is a challenge that is going to be big, but I'm hoping achievable. With that being said, knowing my personality and knowing that I can be a bit of a nervous wreck at times, I have put in place a game plan. So for the next 4 weeks, I'm on countdown and I've got a 4-step plan. Step 1, jump a fence. Remember how to jump. Step 2, connect 2 fences together. That's probably going to be important on the day, I would say. Step 3, jump a small course at home. Get eye in the game. Eye in the game? Get the hand in the game? I don't know what the saying is. Do it at home where it's comfortable. And finally, step 4, take him off property and jump a full course. It's going to be similar to what we're doing on the day. I am excited. I'm a little bit nervous. Haven't done this in a long time, okay? I am just gonna be jumping some single fences today, just on their own, nothing connected. I just want to get like the feel, the vibe, get back in the zone basically with this whole jumping thing that I have not done in a very long time. So immediately in my defense, when you are on Spider, there is so much power underneath you. Like it's not just that he's a tall horse, he's so strong and powerful that when you're up there, it's pretty intense. My reaction to that was to ride incredibly slowly, have him behind the leg, ride him really flatly into every fence initially. And of course I gave him big pats for the 3-star horse getting over a 60cm barrel. Got so excited I forgot to keep driving, kind of let things slip a little bit there. But I feel like towards the end I did manage to ride him a little bit more forward and somewhat start to control the landings a little better. So I'm just going to go ahead and call that a successful day 1 because we jumped a fence. And you know what? It was kind of a technical fence. It was narrow, skinny. There was a corner straight after it. Like, haven't jumped in a year. I'm running late because I finished work really late. Got last minute emails. Bloody hell. Alright, catching horses. We have not won 2 ponies because Spider, he's getting his saddle fitted today. And of course we need paddock mate Moscow here for moral support. Alright, I think I'm actually going to be on time somehow. It's a miracle. So you might be wondering, why am I getting my saddle fitted to this random horse? Well, again, it's the bad luck thing. I have 2 horses, neither of them can be ridden. I felt like I may as well get my saddle refitted to Spider so that I'm as comfortable as possible for this process. And Reese from PHS was kind enough to come out and do a refit for me. Oh, so handsome. You look good, eh? Shall we test drive this saddle for the first time? See how we go? I just had the nicest ride. He felt so good, the best he has ever felt. He felt like he was flowing so nicely. He jumped incredibly. I wish I set up a camera to show you guys. Like, I'm literally so excited. Thank you so much PHS, because literally this has given me that little bit of extra confidence that I think I just needed. But we still have a lot to do, Spider. We've jumped a fence, yes. Have we jumped a course? No. Have we even connected 2 fences? Also no. Have we jumped the height that we're going to be doing at the competition? No. Look at my stance, look at my posture. You can tell I'm literally like, please, no, don't make me do it. Okay, all right, the goal for today. So you guys may remember from the previous jumping session, I relearned that you do actually have to sit up and recollect after a fence. That is where that comes in handy today, because I'm going to be trying to connect some related lines. So I want to do some 1 strides, 2 strides, and potentially like a mini course. We're here, we've warmed up. Time to go. I'm feeling really nervous. The start of this ride, I felt like, okay, this is gonna be good. He was relaxed, he felt very responsive. We just warmed up over a little cross rail, practiced some turns left and right. Was he listening? Now, just for context, I want to remind you guys that riding Spider looks like this, feels like this. Looks like this, feels like this. Looks like this, feels like this. You get it. So we did a few slightly bigger uprights, some related lines, all feeling nice. And then I knocked 1 pole and that induced like a small panic attack in me, and I began burying him into fences again, adding strides where I didn't need to, thinking he was going fast, and like not being able to see a spot anymore because I was just, again, panicking. So I was basically stuffing it up for both of us. And surprise, surprise, once I took a breath, let him travel and have some actual energy, all of a sudden things started clicking again. So it was really nice that even though I had a moment for a few minutes there, I was actually able to kind of get it back together and finish on a really nice note. And we got to do some combos. We got our related lines done, and I feel like they went quite nicely. So our goal of connecting fences completed. I was not kidding when I said I was nervous. Look at this pure adrenaline. We got this, Spider. 1 week to go till we compete. So we feel mixed. I don't know if I feel better or worse now that I've had that ride. I've got a lot to work on, and it is not much time. So yeah. This week had gone really well. We had had a solid few days of very, very good rides, but I was realistic, and going into this session, I told Spider's owner, if this today does not go well, I will scratch from the competition. So today was the real test. He warmed up well, he felt good, he felt relaxed, he was really listening to me, and we honestly proceeded to have the best ride that we have had so far. This gave me so much confidence. It's exactly what I needed, and I was like, I think we can do this. Obviously we were progressing, but I feel like this week was a turning point of sorts. I really started to feel like I got some confidence back. I felt like Spider and I really started to get a bit more of a connection, and this was probably one of the funnest rides I had had in a very, very long time, and I almost started to feel like my old self. And even at the end, when I took out another pole, I managed not to have a freak out this time and just ride a little bit more forward the next. And that's on growth. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the last month had been very tough, and there were definitely a few tears involved, but after banking a few great rides, I felt ready, and it was finally happening. I finally get to compete on my dream horse. I just got kicked on the back of my leg by one of the horses. Basically what happened was I was helping my friend with her horse, the big grey you can see here, and I was just standing next to him when his very grumpy buckskin neighbour decided he'd try and bite him, and in response he kicked out. Not at me, but I was stupidly standing in just not the best spot and ended up catching a hoof on the back of my calf, and basically broke rule number 1 of horses, which is don't put yourself in silly positions behind them, and look what happens. Honestly, I think the only thing that saved me was the fact that I already had high levels of adrenaline, because my leg did hurt, but then the minute I got on Spider, I literally didn't feel a thing. It was time to get on and pretend I was not intimidated by the mega trucks. You're on your dream horse. You got this. So turns out there had been some minor flooding, and once we got out of the yard area, it was so windy. Like the kind of wind where you can't even hear yourself think. At this point, the wind and the time pressure was getting to me, so I did a very quick, somewhat flustered course walk, because at that point it was like the least of my concerns. So you know when you're outside of your comfort zone, which obviously is me in this situation, then if you get pushed too much, you risk moving into the implosion zone. Well, getting kicked and the bad weather were putting the pressure on, but I was coping, just. So I hopped on Spider and I entered the warm-up ring. A horse cantered past us and he had quite a big reaction, and that is when I realized that he was going to be super tense and hot in the warm-up, which is something I hadn't even mentally considered. So this warm-up was a lot for me, I'm not gonna lie. I was trying to get him moving forward, but at first all he would offer is either a short, tense trot, or he would break into canter. These first few warm-up jumps are a good summary of the general feel and vibe of the ride. Spider was absolutely towing me. I was like half halt, half halt, half halt, and really wasn't getting any response, and he still tried to take the turn, but like at a million miles an hour and just motorbike around it. So I made the executive decision to pull him out of said turn, because I was legitimately worried about us slipping or potentially falling, because like you guys saw, it was very wet. Although the footing was good in the actual arena, I was still feeling a little bit, you know, nervous, a little bit wary about it all. So we decided to go back to trotting into the fences to warm up. And then his lovely owner, Alex, came in to help me in the warm up, but it was so windy, I couldn't actually hear her instructions.
This time turn right.
I was jumping him in quite small, tight circles and not letting him see the fence too far out, because he's one of those horses that really locks on and then goes. Like, look at this horse. It looks like it is powering up to get over 1.30 m spread. The reality is it's just a 75 centimeter upright. Spider, you're doing too much. This part of the warm-up was by far the hardest for me. So we did have some more control, things were smoothing out, but physically I started to hit a wall at this point. I was so fatigued. I felt like I was just losing all my strength. I don't know if it's because my adrenaline was wearing off. And Spider is just like the Energizer Bunny. He does not stop. He does not get tired. And I was actually struggling to keep riding him. So I said to his owner, I think I'm just going to take him out of the arena and just go and have a break. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a whole round of show jumping. And just as I'm about to walk out of the arena, they called my name and it was my turn to go into the ring. I really felt like I can't do this.
Bugger.
Amazing.
Was that the last fence?
Yes. She's amazing. Yay, Hannah!
You did it!
We did it. We actually did it. Despite knocking the last rail, because of course we had to, I just had so much relief and validation and happiness in this moment. And I'm excited to say that not long after, Spider's owner agreed to lease him to me. And since then we have gone and done a few comps together, and things have honestly just gotten better and better. We even got a ribbon, so just like watch out. This whole process was truly one of the best things I got to do in 2023. I would never usually push myself to do something like this so quickly, but it was exactly what I needed. The last few years have been hard horse-wise. I felt like I haven't been able to catch a break, and I'd honestly be lying if I didn't say I started to lose a little bit of passion. Getting to create a partnership with Spider reminded me why I love this sport so much, and getting to be back out in the equestrian community and to do it with my friends was just a 10 out of 10 experience. Maybe you need something else to watch now, and maybe you didn't see our update video yesterday, so I'm just gonna leave this here. Bye guys!